the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like,
Even though this is super important, I want to get y'all out of here so y'all can go about your day and y'all can also stop scrolling. But this is a good scroll if you came past here. Before I start, I want to give her flowers. I love that she's using her platform to raise the consciousness of what's really happening on our planet, on our home Earth. When it comes to everybody is just tired. I know that we can all compare to that. We all have the same stories when it comes to just being tired, and we want a better society. Can we all agree to that? All right, let's get to the hook so you guys cannot scroll past. For the topic, melanin is a derivative of carbon. Melanin, carbon. Carbon is 95%, give or take, of what the universe is made out of. So that can give you a hint, just a little hint, unless your brain went, to a whole nother universe, on why they relentlessly come down on us. Now, to get deeper into the nitty gritty, commercial break real quick. I want disclaimers because I want us to be a civilization, a society of people that we become our own scientists, we become our own doctors, we become our own teachers, we become our own everything. The first civilization that was ever made, or one of the ones that was ever made, one of the big hitters, we know, Egypt, aka what was actually called Kemet. That civilization was an apex in the beginning, way before the Bible was ever made, way before anything was ever made. Everything that came out of that civilization, everything else derived from that. Now, again, the disclaimer being that we have to do our own research, and even if we have a lead person that's like, okay, this is what it is, we still have to question that knowledge, And again, when I talk about this information, it's not on the base of who's superior and who's inferior. The lion isn't walking around talking about I'm better than the cheetah and whatnot. It's just living life. It's not oppressing the cheetah. It might take its snacks every here and there, but that's the difference. We're not fully animalistic. We should be able to separate that. Now, the fact of that being, I take my teachings from master teachers, and reading books like, and I still got to get to this book, but I definitely go to a lot of his teachings. As you can see here, his name is right here. Look him up. Mfudishi Juhutimas is how you pronounce his name. This is also another book from Chancellor Williams. I'm sure some of y'all have seen this book before. Another master teacher is Kaba Kamin. Also another master teacher, Dr. Ben Yosef Yakovich. A lot of other people know Patrice Lumumba, Dr. Welsing Francis Cress, might be flipping her name, Dr. Henry Clark, so on and so forth. I do a lot of digging, so you can question me, but I want you to do it for yourself. Now, to get into the real nitty gritty, let's go into the beginning of our ancestors in time. All of our ancestors. We know who Lucy is, one of the farthest skeletons that we can go back to as far as our ancestors of Homo sapiens, Neanderthal, and Homo habilis, and I'll get to the line in a second. So, Lucy, Ramethopithecus. Don't quote me on the specific pronunciation. However, Ramethopithecus is neither human nor ape. Two distant relatives. We don't evolve from apes, but we have a common ancestor, which is Lucy. Again, neither human nor ape. So Ramethopithecus, the species Robustus, and then we have Gracile, gets a little bit slender because robust, kind of like a little mini Hulk look running around, gracile, and then Homo habilis, the first kind of tool maker of its time, and then we go down to keep branching down to Homo sapien and Neanderthal. Now again, has nothing to do with inferior or inferior, superior or inferior. These species come out of Africa, so technically we're all African. If you want to disprove me, do your own research, come back to me, we can talk, we can do a live, all that good stuff. Neanderthal goes into Europe, Homo sapien stays here. Homo sapien makes a whole civilization. I don't know if Kemet is the first, but my research is leading me towards that with all the master teachers that I've named. Kemet was one of the biggest hitters, and obviously, which gives you the pyramid, the Sphinx, the hieroglyphs, aka, which is actually known as the Metu Neter, where the word nature comes from. Nature. This is where Africans start. This is where the lineage starts. So again, you can get a clue on why they come down on us, because everything that has been created derives from old civilization. Chinese are, again, no disrespect, are researching that their oldest ancestors are Africans that traveled along from Africa going into Asia. So there's no such thing as Middle East, because if there's a Middle East, why isn't there a Middle Northwest? You get my point, get my drift. What else to cover? That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Yeah, I mean, we are still all one people. We all have our differences, but that should not shame, one another. Going into Neanderthals' history, Homo sapien walks over to Europe and makes the civilization, which is Greece and Rome, and we're already there. Homo sapien is already there. Neanderthal comes over and we civilize Neanderthal out of generosity, not superiority. That happens. They come out the cold. Remember, this is due to the environment. So they're not innately just hostile. It's, imagine you being in the cold. What else do you have to do? English is crazy, but I'm just thinking, like, you're in the ice, there's not a lot of food and all these resources and stuff like that. You're around icebergs and stuff like that. You're coming out of caves and whatnot. Again, it's nothing to be ashamed out of. Everybody needs help. Even Superman needs help. So we civilize Neanderthal, and then basically the thing gets flipped throughout time. So I can make a part 2 about all that good stuff. But for now, that's pretty much it. That's the whole quick rundown, gloss over on why we're so targeted. We are the parents of human civilization and evil white people. White people aren't evil. Not all white people are evil, but the evils within white people want to change history. So I love you all. I will make a part 2. I want to see what you guys have to say in the comments. Dua to you all. Namaste. Ashe. I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah. Amen. That's what I was going to say. Wow, I forgot. Love you all. My mission is to bring the balance into the human consciousness, and bring this up to the forefronts. So I'm going to continue to, do my best so we can get through this, get this done and over with. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable conversations, but for us to want to live a world to where we're all safe, we have to uncover and unveil everything.